afternoon. Happy Sunday to you all. And I hope that you have taken the opportunity, if you haven't already, taken yourself to this first Sunday in April and giving yourself an opportunity to get right with God. And also, ladies and gentlemen, just to go into the house of the Lord, or give yourself an opportunity to repent and ask the Lord for forgiveness for all that you have done that was wrong or right. And understand, ladies and gentlemen, that first Sundays are communion Sundays for a majority of the churches that I know. It is the first Sunday of the month, and what we do, what I'm used to doing, and what we did today was take communion. And communion is the representation of God the body in the cracker, or the cracker, and then His blood is the juice that we use. So, and that's what the representation of. And if you decide that you want to take communion, you're giving yourself an opportunity to do it in God's name. So happy first Sunday to you all. It is mid-afternoon and I feel good. I just came from church. I thought that I would, take the time out to share some, some just have a conversation. I normally do this, or in the past I was doing it after church service and after I was in my bath and I was doing my recordings. But now that I'm vocal and visual, I can't sit in my bathtub and do my recordings. So I am doing it right now. So I apologize, ladies and gentlemen, because I'm still getting used to this process and the process of the video. So with that all being said, so I wanted to just welcome back to Just Talk with Lenore, and just a candid conversation in regards to some things that I was experiencing. And for me, my coach, he has his own information, his own topics and things of nature that he does. His name is Alex B. Dixon. And he made a post I saw earlier today when he said that, women only want a couple of things out of a relationship. And one of the biggest things that he said to me was consistency. And, consistency is the key. And that's what I always tell people when it comes down to like the recovery process and, things that you're doing. Consistency is key to me. And I do the same thing over and over and over again. And that makes sense to me when he said that. And it stuck in my brain while I was at church, and it also stuck in my brain right now. So I wanted to just talk about consistency when it comes down to the things that you do in your life. And understand, ladies and gentlemen, that when you are consistent with yourself first, the things that you require, time, patience, understanding, if you're consistent with giving that out to yourself, and then you're able to give it to somebody else, that's definitely important. And I find myself struggling in the consistency from others. And I find myself wanting to make everybody like me. And I'm consistent with whatever I do. If I'm working on a project, I'm consistently doing it 2 to 3 hours a day, 2 to 3 minutes, whatever it is, I'm doing it consistently for a period of time, because that's what I give myself. But when it comes down to relationship with others, consistency count for me. If you are a person who started out in one fashion with me, if you're texting good morning, if you're texting good afternoon, if you're texting good evening, if you're calling in the morning, and if you're calling in the afternoon, and if you're calling at night, continue to do that with me, because that's what I expect from you. And from me, I'm going to do the same. It's reciprocated. I'm always going to do what I said I'm going to do the same way over and over and over again, because that's a part of my structure. So I know if every day at 8 a.m. I do something, 8 o'clock or 8 a.m. on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, I'm doing the same thing at 8 o'clock all the time. If I'm doing something at 12 o'clock on Monday, I'm continuing to do that on Sunday. Because that's who I am, consistent with what I do. But for me, I can't hold people to the same standards of consistency that I am. So when that does not happen for me, then I go nuts. And my nuts is in my thoughts and my feelings. And like I try to loosen the structure part of me with allowing people just to be who they are, and they're at their own pace and at the way that they're supposed to do it, because that's them. I can't control them. I can only control me. So I have a problem when I give the same energy every single day and it's not reciprocated. And then when I do get a response, it's like, oh wow, calm down. Oh wow, you doing too much. Oh wow, wait a minute. So I find myself back in a different space again, or the same space again, where I'm being pushed away because of my structure and because I am consistent with what I do. I'm getting and it's pushed away, rejection, all of that in the same boat. I'm getting that. And I don't know how to recoup from it. I get it. I really do. But I don't understand why I have to change who I am and accept what is provided or given to me in a way that I don't like. Again, ladies and gentlemen, I share with you all the time about starting over again. Starting over and with anyone is hard, because learning someone else's ways and actions is hard. Because if I'm not used to it, then I can simply find myself where I am right now, that, just not doing anything, because I don't like the process of starting all over again. I'm a firm believer for myself that it does not take 1,000,000 years, days, months, hours to find out if a person is the right person for you. You'll know who that person is if and when he or she shows up for you. I have had the opportunity to be in the presence of men and women who I admire. And what I find is that people are not me. People are just not me. And because of that, I find myself in this place again. I hate weekends, because weekends give me nothing to do outside of work on Saturday, running errands after work, church on Sunday. But I'm always by myself, and I'm always in my mind and my thoughts and my feelings. I'm always there. So when I give something out to someone and they reject it, I take it very personally. And it's not intentional, because this is who I am. It's not intentional. I'm trying I'm trying to be flexible. And being flexible, I have to understand that everybody is not where I am. So either I'm going to allow myself to be accommodated to other people and to this specific person, or I'm not. And I say that because you're asking me again to change who I am. You're asking me to now become somebody that I'm not used to. I'm not used to being this person that's not consistent with anything. That just go and not care. Because I do. I care a lot. I care about what people think. I care about how they perceive me. And if my consistency is pressure, or my consistency is being a baby, then I don't know what else to do. Because that's just who I am. And I can't understand for the life of me why anyone would not want my consistency to be a part of them. And I don't know. So I guess this candid conversation is just about, like, how do I become more flexible? And I'm certain that some of you men and women experience the same thing. But I don't know. I'm confused because I don't know what it is. To show that you don't care, I don't get it. To show that you have life outside of those specific people or that specific person, to show that you're independent without them, that's fine because that's already said. For me, I'm a homebody. Work, home, church, home, grocery store, home. I'm not outside, so that's just my thing. I'm a homebody. But then when I have the desire to get out and do something, and I want to do it with somebody else, it's like I'm tired, or I'm not up to it, or I just don't want to do it. Okay? I can't make anybody do anything. I really can't. And what I'm finding for myself is that I'm back in a place where I'm hidden, where I gotta be quiet, where I don't count for anything. And it's not fair because I should be able to be outspoken, or I should be able to be seen with someone. I should be able to be who I am with anyone. It doesn't matter. If I'm not hurting or harming anybody, I should be able to be myself. So I feel that this space that I am, that I'm still a secret for a lot of people, where I can't be seen out in public. And I used to be there when I was younger. You know when I was a Jezebel, a Jezebel in recovery. That's who I am. And I knew my place back then as to be quiet and a kept secret. But today I shouldn't have to be that because I don't have to. And it bugs me out when people can be on a phone or people can be saying all of the things that they want to say. But when it's time for us to show the action of it, it's not there. It's not there. So for me, I just feel that this space that I'm in right now is just funky. It's funky, and I know my priorities are what they are, but I also still want to be in that relationship with whomever. But I don't want to have to change who I am to be in a relationship with whomever, because it's not fair. Because I'm always putting my best foot forward, and then I get rejected because of it. And rejection stings no matter how big or small it is. It's rejection. And I'm being rejected because I'm consistent with the way that I am towards anyone. I think for the most part that I have to just let go and let God, and that's it. And to go back into today at service, my two pastors were there, and I asked for prayer because I feel that I'm going into a sunken place again. And for me, when I get in a low space, I isolate, and Pastor was talking about that today. And church was amazing because I cried the whole service, and I always do when it's about me. I cried the whole service. So I don't want to go back into that shell again, because I know how hurtful that is when I give my best foot, I put it out there, and it's not reciprocated, or it's too much for people. And I don't know what to do. I apologize profusely. I pleaded my case about my insecurities because of, the lack of communication. I've said things out loud, and every time I find myself doing a pleading. But it's only because that person he's not there yet. So I just gotta be patient. But I'm at my wit's end right now. I'm trying to hold on. Thank you.